Guys, with all the storms that have been coming through Oklahoma the last couple of weeks, really the last couple of days, namely yesterday, my house got put through the tumble cycle. So with all the winds that are happening, I know Oklahoma storm season, there's a ton of stuff that your mind has to worry about beyond your home's appliances. But today we're going to talk about some things that could potentially save your life and make sure that you're safe in your own home come storm season and beyond. We're going to talk about what storm season in Oklahoma does to your home's flue pipes.
Always look at your flue pipe.
Flue pipe, make sure it's still connected.
That
can be a problem.
That's what we run into. We run into way too many disconnected flue pipes. Most of the time, it's one of two causes. Either storm season has come through, we've beat the flue pipe up with hail, strong winds have lifted it and it's kind of dislodged it, or we've recently replaced our roofs. And the reason we replace our roof, well, it's storm season. One of the things that we see way too often, a disconnected flue pipe or a flue pipe that has a joint that has come loose in some way, shape, or form. What this does is it leads to carbon monoxide leaking into the home. So something you as a homeowner can do after a big storm rolls through, like last night, and shoot, this video is coming out pretty promptly. So 6 out of the next, I think 10 or 12 days have some sort of severe weather on the forecast. So after storm season, after a big storm rolls through, if it's easily accessible, safe for you to get to, a lot of times it's up in the attic, so it may require a professional to get up there and climb around. But if it's easily accessible, give it a visual inspection. You shouldn't see any gaps or cracks. It shouldn't be off of the orifice that it's coming out of on the system itself. So on your furnace, it'd be right there on the top of the furnace. Or if it's on your water heater, right there on the top, kind of looks like a little rocket outlet. You know, actually, come on, let's go take a look at it. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. That'll be a whole lot faster. Let's take a little trip down the hall here. Here's our furnace closet. And right up here, again, this is a 100-year-old building, so give us some grace. We might not have the proper clearances here. This right here, that's your flue pipe. A lot of times what we'll see is this is seated on properly. You've got some connection joints here. It is seated on properly. Now, after a storm sometimes, this will be blown up and either disconnected and off-seated right here, or it may become unseated up in the attic, which is where I would recommend getting a professional involved, because our attic here at the shop is way too tight. If you were a homeowner having to crawl through our attic, I would highly recommend not doing it. 0 of 10 stars. One of the things that you want to do is make sure that that flue pipe is seated right there on the top where it should be. If it is dislodged, make sure that you're being careful when you're going to touch it, because if your heater's still running right now, one, I'm kind of judging you. Oklahoma, I don't think it's cold enough for you to run your heater. So that should be safe to touch. However, your water heater's running constantly. So if your water heater flue pipe has come dislodged, make sure that you're being careful when you go to reset that back on top, because it is expelling hot flue gases. If you're not comfortable doing so, call your local professional and they would be more than happy to come out and make sure that you're taken care of. But guys, storm season, I know there's a ton of stuff that you got to worry about. You know, where's Fido? As David Payne says, sometimes we got to get grandma from the casino.
And that's what these storms want, right? They're just like us. They live, they breathe, they get old, and they die.
So there's a lot going on in storm season. The last thing that you want to think about is your home's appliances. But I think that whenever the storm goes through, the house is still standing, the first thing that we should check as homeowners, be a pro homeowner, and make sure that your flue pipe for both your water heater and your furnace is properly seated, there aren't any joints, and we're not leaking carbon monoxide into your home. Guys, have a great day. Let's get after it and stay safe this storm season.
Yarbrough and Son.